Hi, welcome back. This is Reggie Mara speaking about healing America's narratives. We're still amid chapter 11, it's the next to last chapter of the book. We're speaking about some approaches that we might take in order to help us engage the process of healing our country's narratives, and more specifically about recognizing, owning, and integrating our collective national shadow. So there's over 100 of these brief videos speaking to what has preceded this particular one. So I'm going to cut right to the chase and speak briefly about Robert Kegan and Laskow Lahey's process called immunity to change. And again, in all of these videos, as I've done in the previous ones, I capture some real big, useful, deeply well-researched, and at times complex practices and procedures and approaches, and I'm giving them all a short shrift here. I've done that already with Scott Peck's work, Otto Scharmer's work, Thomas Hübel's work, Nicholas Christakis' work, and others. So in immunity to change, basically we're asked to establish goals, the things that we're committed to, what we really want in our lives, and to pretty much make a list there. And if we have enough, we can see if there's a common thread among them, and that would be our one big thing, the thing that we really want. And once we're clear on what we want or what we think we want, the next thing that we're asked to do is make a list of all of the things that we do, literal actions, or things that we don't do, again, literal actions, that get in the way of our attaining or achieving what we say we want. So first we establish our goals, and then we take a look at what we actually do that kind of sabotages us. We obstruct our attempts to get what we want. And then Kegan and Laskow Lahey ask us to take a look at what we're afraid would happen, what we worry about if we stop doing these obstructive behaviors, all right? And make a list of those. And then based on our fears there, what we're afraid would happen if we stop doing these things that get in the way of us attaining our goals, they guide us through a process of finding what they call our hidden competing commitments. So those things that we're actually committed to, that we may not be consciously aware we're committed to, that lead us to these obstructive behaviors that prevent us from getting what we say we want. And then finally, based on those hidden competing commitments, they guide us through a final or next to final step of the process to find out what big assumptions might be underlying those commitments. And a big assumption, as they speak about it, is an assumption either that we aren't aware we have, or that we are aware we have, but we've never tested to see if it's true. So a big assumption can be true or false. So once we have all of that work done, we can kind of look backward and say, oh, these assumptions, true or not, okay, lead to these hidden competing commitments that make our obstructive behaviors perfectly rational and reasonable, just from getting the thing that we say we want. So again, that's called immunity to change. You can find a book about that if you Google it. You can find lots of information on it as well. But it's a really practical and powerful technology when facilitated properly, that can really help uncover what it is that keeps us from getting what we say we want. Imagine doing that as an individual, or as in an organization, or in a team in an organization, or in a very complex, idealistic way as a nation, to really see what it is that's in the way, what we're committed to that we don't realize, and what assumptions we have that we're not aware of, which might help us heal our narratives and also explore, recognize, own, and integrate our collective national shadow. So thanks for listening. As always, I'll see you the next time.